Have you ever tried to focus with ADHD? It's like trying to watch TV with a remote control that has a mind of its own. The channels keep changing randomly, jumping from one program to another without warning. And sometimes, that remote gets completely stuck on the Discovery Channel, and suddenly you've spent 3 hours learning everything there is to know about deep-sea creatures when you were supposed to be finishing that important report. That's the reality for many people with ADHD. But here's something important to understand. ADHD isn't actually about having a deficit of attention. In fact, many people with ADHD have an abundance of attention. The challenge is directing that attention to the right things at the right times. Today, we're going to explore 5 powerful, evidence-based techniques that can help anyone with ADHD harness their focus more effectively. These aren't just quick fixes or temporary solutions. They're sustainable strategies that work with your brain's natural functioning rather than against it. What makes these techniques special is that they're backed by research and real-world experience. They've been validated across multiple authoritative sources and have helped countless individuals with ADHD transform their relationship with focus and productivity. The 5 techniques we'll cover today are the task breakdown method, a powerful way to make overwhelming projects manageable; strategic break scheduling, working with your attention span instead of fighting it; body doubling, harnessing the focusing power of social connection; environmental optimization, creating spaces that support rather than sabotage your focus; and strategic movement integration, using physical movement to enhance mental focus. Each of these techniques addresses different aspects of the ADHD focus challenge. Some help with getting started on tasks, others with maintaining attention, and still others with managing the physical restlessness that often accompanies ADHD. The beauty of these strategies is that they're flexible and adaptable. They can be used at work, at school, or at home. They're helpful for adults managing professional responsibilities, students tackling academic challenges, parents organizing family life, or anyone looking to improve their focus and productivity. As we explore each technique, I'll explain not just what it is, but why it works specifically for the ADHD brain. I'll share practical, step-by-step guidance on how to implement each strategy in your daily life, along with real-world examples and common pitfalls to avoid. Remember, focusing with ADHD isn't about forcing your brain to work like a neurotypical brain. It's about finding strategies that work with your unique neurological wiring. These 5 techniques do exactly that. They meet your brain where it is and help you channel your attention in ways that feel supportive rather than exhausting. So let's dive in and discover how these powerful techniques can transform your relationship with focus, one strategy at a time. Let's start with one of the most powerful techniques for the ADHD brain, the task breakdown method. If you've ever stared at a big project and felt completely paralyzed, unable to even start, this technique is about to become your new best friend. Let me walk you through how to implement this technique effectively. Step 1, capture the big picture. Start by writing down the overall project or goal. Don't worry about the details yet. Just get clear on what the finished product looks like. Step 2, identify the major phases. Ask yourself, what are the 3 to 5 main components or stages of this project? For example, if you're planning a party, your major phases might be guest list, venue, food, decorations, and entertainment. Step 3, break each phase into specific concrete tasks. The key here is to make each task specific enough that you know exactly what action to take. Instead of work on report, try write introduction paragraph or create graph for sales data. Step 4, make each task small enough to complete in one sitting. A good rule of thumb is that each task should take no more than 25 to 30 minutes. If a task would take longer, break it down further. Step 5, create a visual representation. Whether it's a checklist, a mind map, or sticky notes on a wall, make your breakdown visible. The ADHD brain often responds well to visual cues. Step 6. Prioritize in sequence. Decide which tasks need to be done first and which are most important. Consider using color coding. Red for urgent tasks, yellow for important, but not urgent, green for everything else. Step 7. Focus on one task at a time. Resist the urge to jump between tasks. Complete one small step before moving to the next. Step 8. Celebrate each completion. Take a moment to acknowledge each task you finish. This reinforces the dopamine reward and builds momentum. Common pitfalls and solutions. Pitfall number 1. Breaking tasks down too broadly. Solution. If you find yourself procrastinating on a task, it's probably still too big. Break it down further until it feels easy to start. Pitfall number 2. Getting lost in planning. Solution. Set a timer for the planning phase. Spend no more than 10 to 15 minutes breaking down your task. Then start working on the first step. Pitfall number 3. Forgetting the big picture. Solution. Keep your end goal visible somewhere. Regularly zoom out to see how your small tasks connect to the larger objective. Pitfall number 4. Feeling overwhelmed by the number of small tasks. Solution. Keep only the next 2 to 3 tasks visible at a time. Store the rest of your breakdown somewhere accessible, but not constantly in view. The task breakdown method is like having a superpower for the ADHD brain. It transforms impossible mountains into manageable molehills, creating a path that works with your brain's natural functioning rather than against it. By implementing this technique consistently, you'll find yourself able to tackle projects that once seemed completely overwhelming, one small step at a time. Now let's talk about a technique that might seem counterintuitive at first: strategic break scheduling. If you've ever pushed yourself to work for hours without stopping, only to realize you've accomplished very little, this technique is going to be a game changer. Let me walk you through implementing this technique effectively. Step 1. Choose your timing structure. The most popular approach is the Pomodoro technique. 25 minutes of focused work, followed by a 5-minute break, with a longer 15 to 30-minute break after completing 4 work periods. However, you should adjust these times based on your personal attention span. Some people with ADHD do better with 15 to 20-minute work periods, while others can sustain focus for 30 to 35 minutes. Step 2, use a timer. This is crucial. Don't rely on your sense of time or checking the clock. Set an actual timer for both your work periods and your breaks. There are many Pomodoro timer apps available, or you can use a simple kitchen timer. Step 3, define your work intention. Before each work period, take 30 seconds to clearly define what you'll work on. Be specific. I will write the introduction paragraph for my report rather than I will work on my report. Step 4, eliminate distractions during work periods. Put your phone in another room. Close unnecessary browser tabs, and let others know you're in a focus period. The work time should be truly focused. Step 5, take breaks seriously. When your break timer goes off, actually take the break. Step away from your work area, move your body, and give your brain a true rest from the task. Breaks are not optional. They're an essential part of the technique. Step 6, plan break activities in advance. Decide beforehand what you'll do during your breaks to prevent them from extending too long. Good break activities include brief physical movement like stretching, jumping jacks, or a quick walk, hydrating or having a small healthy snack, deep breathing or a quick mindfulness exercise, looking out a window at distant objects to reduce eye strain, or a quick tidy up of your immediate environment. Step 7, avoid screens during short breaks. Resist the urge to check social media or emails during your 5-minute breaks. These activities can easily extend beyond your break time and are often not truly refreshing for your brain. Step 8, track your productivity. Keep a simple log of what you accomplish during each work period. This creates accountability and gives you concrete evidence of your progress. Step 9, adjust as needed. Pay attention to when your focus naturally begins to wane and adjust your work break intervals accordingly. Your optimal timing might change depending on the task, time of day, or how you're feeling. Let's see how this might work in practice. Sarah has a report due tomorrow that she's been putting off. She decides to use strategic break scheduling to tackle it. 9 a.m. Sarah sets her timer for 20 minutes. She knows her focus is better in shorter bursts and decides to work specifically on outlining the main points of her report. 9:20 a.m. The timer goes off. She's made good progress on her outline. She sets a 5-minute break timer and does some stretching and gets a glass of water. 9:25 a.m. Break ends. She sets her timer for another 20 minutes and focuses on writing the introduction section. 9:45 a.m. Timer goes off. She takes another 5-minute break, this time doing a quick walk around her home. 9:50 a.m. She returns for another 20-minute session, now working on the first main section of her report. This pattern continues throughout the morning. By lunchtime, Sarah has made significant progress on her report, much more than she typically would have by trying to work straight through the morning. Common pitfalls and solutions. Pitfall 1. Skipping breaks when you're in the zone. Solution. If you're experiencing hyperfocus and being productive, it's okay to continue, but set a maximum extended time, perhaps 45 minutes, before taking a slightly longer break. Complete disregard for breaks often leads to burnout later. Pitfall 2. Letting breaks extend too long. Solution. Always use a timer for breaks, just as you do for work periods. Place the timer where you can see it during your break. Pitfall 3. Filling breaks with stimulating activities that make returning to work difficult. Solution. Create a list of approved break activities that are refreshing, but not so engaging that they pull you away from your work. Save highly engaging activities for longer breaks. Pitfall 4. Getting discouraged when you don't accomplish as much as planned in a work period. Solution. Remember that the goal is sustainable progress, not perfection. Adjust your expectations for each work period to be realistic, based on past experience. Strategic break. Scheduling transforms the way you work by aligning with your brain's natural rhythms rather than fighting against them. Instead of exhausting yourself trying to maintain marathon focus sessions, you create a sustainable pattern that maximizes your productive time while minimizing burnout and frustration. With practice, you'll find your optimal work break pattern and discover just how much you can accomplish when working with your brain instead of against it. Our third technique is one that might be new to you, but it's been a game changer for many people with ADHD. It's called body doubling, and it harnesses the power of social connection to boost focus in a remarkable way. Let me walk you through how to implement this technique effectively. Step 1. Identify potential body doubles. Good candidates include friends, family members, colleagues, or classmates who are also looking to get work done. The ideal body double is someone who can maintain focus on their own work and understands that this isn't primarily a social activity. Step 2. Set clear expectations. Explain to your body double what you're trying to accomplish and how they can help. Make it clear that you don't expect them to help with your work. Their presence alone is what matters. Step 3. Establish ground rules. Decide in advance how much interaction is appropriate. Some people prefer complete silence, while others are okay with occasional check-ins or brief conversations. The key is to find a balance that provides connection without becoming a distraction. Step 4. Choose the right environment. Select a location that works for both of you. A library, coffee shop, shared office space, or someone's home. The environment should be conducive to the type of work you both need to do. Step 5. Schedule specific sessions. Set a clear start and in time for your body doubling session. This creates structure and ensures both people are on the same page about the commitment. Step 6. Begin with a brief check-in. Take 1 to 2 minutes at the start to share what you each plan to work on during the session. This sets intention and creates gentle accountability. Step 7. Focus on your own work. Once the session begins, direct your attention to your own tasks. Remember that the goal isn't to interact, but to work alongside each other. Step 8. Consider virtual options. If in-person body doubling isn't possible, virtual options can be just as effective. Video calls where both people keep their cameras on, but microphones muted, can create the same effect. There are also dedicated apps and websites for virtual body doubling with others who have ADHD. Step 9. Combine with other techniques. Body doubling works extremely well when combined with other focus strategies, particularly the Pomodoro technique. You and your body double can follow the same work and break schedule, using breaks for brief social interaction. Let's see how this might work in practice. Michael has been putting off organizing his digital files for weeks. He asked his roommate Jamie if she'd be willing to be his body double on Saturday morning. Jamie has some studying to do, so she agrees. They set up at the kitchen table at 10 a.m., each with their laptops. They briefly share their goals. Michael wants to organize his files, and Jamie needs to review 3 chapters for an upcoming exam. They agree to work for 90 minutes with minimal talking, and then perhaps grab lunch afterward. They also decide to take a 5-minute break every 25 minutes. As they work, Michael finds himself much more focused than when he tries to organize files alone. The few times he's tempted to check social media, a quick glance at Jamie diligently studying helps him refocus on his task. By the end of the 90 minutes, Michael has organized more files than he had in the previous month of trying on his own. Common pitfalls and solutions. Pitfall number 1, choosing a body double who's too chatty or distracting. Solution, be selective about who you choose as your body double. The best partners understand the purpose is focused work, not socialization. If someone isn't working out, it's okay to try different people until you find a good match. Pitfall number 2, letting body doubling sessions turn into social hangouts. Solution, set clear boundaries at the beginning of each session. Consider using a timer that's visible to both people to maintain the structure of work time versus break time. Pitfall number 3, feeling self-conscious or observed. Solution, position yourselves so you're not directly facing each other. Side by side or at right angles often works better than across from each other. For virtual sessions, you can position the video window off to the side of your screen. Pitfall number 4, difficulty finding consistent body doubles. Solution, expand your options by looking for ADHD support groups, study groups, or co-working communities. Many online ADHD communities offer virtual body doubling sessions that you can join anytime. Body doubling is a powerful technique that transforms the often isolating experience of struggling with focus into a shared, supportive practice. It's a reminder that humans are social creatures by nature, and that we can harness that social connection to help overcome the challenges of ADHD. Whether in person or virtual, finding the right body doubling partners can dramatically improve your ability to start and complete tasks that might otherwise feel impossible to tackle alone. Our 4th technique is all about setting yourself up for success before you even begin a task. It's called environmental optimization, and it's about creating physical and digital spaces that work with your ADHD brain rather than against it. Let me walk you through implementing this technique effectively. Step 1. Conduct an environmental audit. Spend a few days observing how different elements in your environment affect your focus. Notice when you get distracted and what specifically pulls your attention away. Keep a simple log to identify patterns. Step 2. Optimize your physical workspace. Based on your observations, position your desk to minimize visual distractions, like away from high traffic areas or windows with lots of movement. Clear clutter from your immediate work area. Keep only task-relevant items visible. Use drawer organizers, filing systems, and labeled containers to reduce visual chaos. Consider using room dividers or privacy screens if you work in a shared space. Ensure your chair and desk are comfortable for long periods of focus. Step 3, manage sound strategically. Different people with ADHD have different sound sensitivities. If you're distracted by background noise, invest in noise-canceling headphones. If complete silence makes your mind wander, try ambient background sounds like coffee shop noise, nature sounds, or instrumental music. Use white noise machines to mask unpredictable sounds. Consider earplugs or musicians' earplugs that reduce volume without completely blocking sound. Step 4, optimize lighting. Lighting can significantly impact focus. Natural light is ideal for many people, but position yourself to avoid glare. If fluorescent lights bother you, try adding floor lamps with warm tone bulbs. Adjust screen brightness to reduce eye strain. Consider blue light filters on devices, especially for evening work. Step 5, control your digital environment. Your devices can be major sources of distraction. Turn off non-essential notifications on all devices. Use website blockers during focus periods, like Freedom, Cold Turkey, or Focus. Create separate user profiles or browsers for work versus personal use. Organize your digital files into a logical system that reduces searching time. Keep your desktop and email inbox organized and minimal. Step 6, use visual cues and reminders. External reminders can support executive function. Keep a visible analog clock or timer in your workspace. Use color coding systems for files and projects. Post visual reminders of current priorities where you'll see them. Create a dedicated launching pad for items you need to remember. Step 7, consider temperature and comfort. Physical comfort affects focus. Find your optimal temperature range. Many with ADHD focus better when slightly cooler. Keep a sweater or fan nearby for quick adjustments. Use ergonomic supports like wrist rests, foot rests, or back cushions. Have water and simple snacks within reach to minimize breaks. Step 8, create transition rituals. Develop simple routines that signal to your brain it's time to focus. Arrange your workspace the same way each time before beginning focused work. Create a brief 2 to 3 minute settling in routine, like arranging materials, putting on specific music, or taking a few deep breaths. Consider using specific scents, like a particular essential oil, only during focus time. Step 9, experiment and personalize. There's no one-size-fits-all solution. Try different setups and track what works best for you. Be willing to make adjustments based on the specific task, time of day, or your energy level. Remember that your optimal environment might be different from what works for others. Let's see how this might work in practice. After tracking her distractions for a week, Elena realizes several environmental factors consistently disrupt her focus. Notifications from her phone, visual clutter on her desk, people walking past her open office door, the bright overhead fluorescent lighting, and getting cold after sitting still for a while. She implements several changes. She puts her phone in a drawer during focus periods and turns off all notifications except calls from her children's school. She clears her desk completely except for the materials needed for her current task. She repositions her desk to face away from the door and puts a small sign outside saying, "Focus time until 11:30. Please email instead of dropping by." She brings in a small lamp with warm lighting and turns off the overhead lights. She keeps a cardigan on the back of her chair and a small space heater nearby. After making these changes, Elena finds she can maintain focus for much longer periods. She's less irritable during work and completes tasks in about 2/3 the time it used to take her. Common pitfalls and solutions. Pitfall number 1, creating an environment so sterile it becomes understimulating. Solution. The goal isn't to remove all stimulation, it's to control it. Make sure your environment still has some elements of interest and engagement, just not ones that actively pull you off task. Pitfall number 2, spending so much time perfecting your environment that you avoid starting the actual work. Solution. Set a timer for your environmental setup. Give yourself 5 to 10 minutes to optimize your space. Then start working, even if conditions aren't perfect. Pitfall number 3. Not accounting for changing needs throughout the day. Solution. Create flexible elements in your environment that can be easily adjusted as your energy and focus levels change. Have options ready for different states. Pitfall number 4. Assuming what works for others will work for you. Solution. While it's good to try recommended strategies, always pay attention to your own experience. Your optimal environment might be quite different from someone else's, even if you both have ADHD. Environmental optimization is a powerful technique because it's preventative rather than reactive. Instead of constantly fighting against distractions, you're creating conditions where distractions are less likely to occur in the first place. By thoughtfully designing your physical and digital spaces, you can significantly reduce the amount of mental energy spent on maintaining focus, leaving more cognitive resources available for the actual work you need to do. Our fifth and final technique addresses something many people with ADHD know all too well: the physical restlessness that often accompanies focus challenges. It's called strategic movement integration, and it's about working with your body's need for movement rather than fighting against it. For this and other great information, subscribe to my YouTube page. Check out my podcast, Life is Crazy. Ready for the ride? Listen to Life is Crazy on YouTube, brandonheld.com, or anywhere you get your podcasts. Laugh, relate, be appalled, surprised, and navigate life's wild twists and turns with me.